Do you need some portable LED light solutions? Look what I found. This is a portable PIR, or motion detection light, with a remote, and it comes with its own little charging stand. I thought this was a rather unique solution. You could use these in a closet. You can use them. I think you could even use these for portable video lights when you're on the go. They have a magnetic base. I'm not sure how you would incorporate that into your on-the-go locations, but I think it could be done. I already have a set of under-cabinet lights, but number one, they don't hold a charge very long. Number two, each one has to be plugged into a micro USB charger independently, so I can't charge them all three at once. With this solution, all three of them can go in the charger at the same time. One little tiny charger. I don't have to keep track of cables. Just plug the things in, and I don't know how long they're going to work. I may have to plug them in once a month. I may have to plug them in once a week. I don't know. When I figure that out, I'll put that in the comments. That'll be my pinned comment at the bottom over time. But for right now, let's just take a look at them. All right, now keep in mind, I haven't used these yet, but I'm going to tell you there's some things I see that I already like. It uses a USB-C. I prefer things to use USB-C. This is your charging stand. They'll only go into the charging stand one way, and you can individually charge these with a USB-C. That's a plus. Now, I found an interesting thing. These are the little magnetic strips, but these are not really magnetic strips. These are little strips of some kind of bendable metal, because the magnets are inside the lights. These don't stick to anything. Where's the chunk of steel when you need it? These little things don't stick to the Allen wrench, but they've got double-sided tape, so you stick these, and it's got two full sets of them. There's 6 of them in here. You have 3 lights. The magnet's built into the light. So if you wanted to stick this on the refrigerator, as an example, you could do that. All right, when you get this thing, this is what turns it on down here. There's an LED that shows you what status it's in. When that blue light is on, there is a little chart down here on the light. It's a sticker. You can take it off if you want, or you can leave it on there so you can remember the codes. But if the blue LED is on, the PIR, the motion sensor, is going to react if it's dark enough, and it's going to make the light come on. Underneath the cabinet, in the daytime, it still might come on if you don't have a lot of window light. I don't know. I haven't used it yet. That'll also be in the comments. The number of presses that you make on here will determine what mode it's in, or you can use the remote. These work using this little infrared remote, which I'm not going to push right now because my softbox that I use to light me up also works on an infrared sensor, so this will change things on my light. And I don't know what it's going to change because it's not labeled for my light. It will change it. I know, because it has. I'll let you look at this a little closer. So you've got the night mode, day mode, and full-time on. You've got your 50% brightness, and then it's continuously variable. And then you've got timers on there, so you can hit the 10-minute timer, 30-minute timer, 60, 120, and it will run for those durations. I'm assuming they're not just being optimistic. They give you a 120-minute timer, so with it, at least with a full charge, it should run for 2 hours. I don't know yet. Again, that's going to end up in the comments after I run this for a little bit. So far, I'm liking what I see. Now, eventually, I want under cabinet lights for my kitchen, but they're going to have to be hardwired. I'm actually going to build a set from scratch, but I don't have the time. I don't have the desire to do that right now. So for now, I think this is going to be a good solution. I don't know what the on time is going to be, so I'm going to go hook these up. Once I figure out what the motion activation on time is, I'll be back. All right, this is what they look like in the stand. I'm just charging this from my Mac Mini. There is an indicator, little green indicator on here to show that it's plugged in. And then each one of the lights has a red LED. I'm assuming it's going to go to green or turn off. I don't know. I didn't read the manual, okay? I'm not good at reading manuals. Okay, I read the manual. Is everybody happy? When it's charging, there's a red light, and when it's charged, there is a blue light. All right, since I have the manual out, I'm going to look at some other stuff. It has 150 lumens, which is not blazingly bright, but it's not too bad. And power consumption is 1 to 4 watts, depending on the brightness. The rated voltage is 5 volts, and that's what your USB is going to be. It says the battery's 1,000 milliamp hours. That's pretty darn good. I'm kind of impressed with that. Operating temperature 0 to 80 C, and it's got the dimensions. Weight, it's 100 grams. They are pretty heavy. I kind of thought they must have a pretty big battery in them because the case is aluminum. LEDs don't weigh much, and these are pretty darn heavy. It says 100 grams on here. According to them, these are suggested applications: storage room, bedroom, wardrobe, closet, cabinet, workshop, kitchen, cupboards, bookcase, shed, garage, hallways, kitchen, sink, stairways, laundry drawers, etc. Speaking of garage, I went out into my garage where it's dark, put this on, moved, and then was completely still. It stayed on for about 24 seconds. After that, I moved and it came on again and put the timer back on, and I swayed back and forth. Now that felt a whole lot like dancing, and I don't like to dance, but I did this just for you. So I swayed back and forth for 2 minutes, and then I quit moving, and after about 24 seconds, they went off. So it stays, as long as it sees motion, it stays on. So that's a good thing, in my opinion. The previous light that I had in the kitchen would go off, and then you'd have to move around again. You could be washing your hands in the sink, and it would just go off, and which is very distressing when that's the only light that's on. You go from lots of light to zero light, and then you would have to move around some more before it would cycle back on, and it would wait probably 2 to 3 seconds before the light would come back on. This one is going to stay on the whole time it sees movement. I think that's great. All right, it's been a couple of hours. We had to run some errands, but the lights are officially blue. So apparently that means they're charged. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go stick a couple of these up in the kitchen, and the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to stick these pieces on the back, peel the sticky stuff off, and then stick them up under the cabinet. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. All right, I've got a couple of lights installed. I've got one under this cabinet here, one under the microwave, and then one underneath the cabinet over there. As we move through here, you'll see that the lights come on with motion. That's the way I've got them set. I've got to turn the rest of the lights off in here to make them work. This one is set far enough back that it can't see me through the stove, so you actually have to move your hand underneath this, which is fine as far as I'm concerned. And then this one over here, it can actually see me as I move around. So it's sat pretty close to the front of the thing. Now keep in mind, these are 150 lumens. They're not going to light this up like daylight. If 150 lumens isn't going to be enough for you, then you're going to have to go elsewhere for a light. But for all the function that these have, and for what we wanted, I appreciate the fact that the company didn't overstate the number of lumens in their light. There's a lot of the companies that, man, they just go crazy with all kinds of claims. These are legit. Now I'm on an iPhone. It doesn't do that well in the dark. This is plenty of light for us doing the things, just to come in here and make some popcorn or something like that, and it's going to give you some extra light. Let me see if I can turn the light on. I'm going to say the A word, so I'm going to shut this off for a second. Okay, for those of you that don't know what the A word is, I'll stick it up on the screen here. So now I've got the actual lights in the kitchen on. There may not be enough light to keep it from coming on anyway. So you can see it's doing a pretty decent job, in my opinion. But hey, it's you're the one buying these things, so it's your choice. Now you got to do is find someplace you can either. I don't think that thing looks terrible, so you can find someplace to keep it, to store, and charge your batteries whenever you need. You can drop just one in. They only go in one way. They'll sit in there either way, but they'll only charge in one direction. And you can actually stick them on the ends here. I don't know if that's what they intended, but you could have an extra one here because you can buy a set without the charger, just so you know. So for me, these things are a win, but you know, everybody's got their own needs. Your needs may be different from mine. I just wanted to show you what these things do. You can either leave that little charger setting out somewhere, or you can put it away until you're ready to charge these. I don't yet know how long these are going to last, so once I figure out how long it takes to the first recharge, I'll put that in the comments. It'll be a pinned comment. At this point, I just don't have an answer for you, and I would like to go ahead and get this video out. I've been on vacation and some other things came up, so I'm a bit behind on doing some other stuff. I appreciate anybody that's still here. I'm going to throw a couple of other videos up over here. I'll put a link for these down in the description. Maybe I'll even put one in the pinned comment if you want to take a look at them. I think they're reasonable. They sell it with the charger, and they sell a 3-pack without the charger. So you could have 6 of these things stashed around. Perfect for walking around at night. They don't blind you when they come on. They kind of have a soft start and a soft going off period. I personally like that. You decide. Catch you in one of these videos or catch you down the road.